I was hoping we could really get started on some lighter stuff, maybe later today. It is a very rainy day here in South Florida. This is not Milton. It is a close-in but separate system. We'll begin to feel those effects probably tomorrow evening and then certainly on Wednesday, but nothing near what is going to happen to the West Coast. So I do want to start off by saying to all the new Floridians, if you are not in the path of the hurricane, if you're outside that cone, it's okay to feel relieved by that. It's perfectly fine. We all feel it. Our turn will come. Yes, we've learned it. You will learn it. Always be prepared. But this does give me an opportunity to talk about some of my, lessons learned from storms and what I've seen now that FEMA is getting all of the heat for their lack of action. Yeah, it's what I expected. Thinking back to all the storms that I have experienced here in Miami, which has been all of them, I missed the actual storm for Andrew and Katrina. I was traveling, visiting family or for work, but I got back a couple of days later and went through the whole aftermath. And to be honest, I do not remember FEMA doing anything. I don't remember anybody talking about it. I don't remember getting any offers from them. I don't remember even like the newscasters talking about them. I don't remember ever seeing them, standing next to the politicians. So to be honest, having been through a number of storms here in Miami, I don't know what they do. I really don't know what they do. So the fact that they're not really doing a whole lot in these other regions doesn't really surprise me. But I do want to tell you about who does the actual work, the actual post-hurricane heroes that we should all be thanking and doing what we can to support. So let's start off with the obvious, and they do a lot of work before and after, and that's law enforcement. They get staged before the storm, and they're here after that storm. Their primary job, though, is to just keep the peace. Make sure there's no looting, no robbery, that there aren't any, riots or anything like that. Supplies do get scarce, and sometimes people can get out of hand, and they've always done a very good job of keeping everything calm and managed. But that is their capacity. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their job. And here, at least in South Florida, they've actually done it pretty well. But the bulk, in fact, all of the response that I have seen has been by our local, our county government, and our state government. And yeah, I could complain. Maybe it costs too much, but you know what? It works. So, you know what? Good for them. But really, the heroes after the storm are first the people, because we're the one who have experienced it. We're the ones who are closest to the situation, to the damage. And here in South Florida, we don't have roads, flooding out. Causeways do get washed out, but it's mostly trees, power lines, and things like that. The day after the storm, there's people out with chainsaws and trucks and trailers, clearing roads, clearing debris, clearing their yards, making sure that people can get around, people can get in and out, and if other services do need to get in, well, it's actually the people that are making sure that happens. And then the next wave of people that, are participating in the recovery are the landscapers. Yes, the landscapers, they come in with their trucks, their heavier machinery, their bigger trailers, start moving debris, clearing out yards, making sure people can access their house, making sure that, the next wave of support can get in there, which is usually the linemen. The linemen employed by the utility, they're the ones that come in, they fix the power lines, they fix the poles, they make sure that there's no down power lines. That's actually super important. By the way, if you ever see a down power line, stay away. It's not worth it. Call, report it. They will come and take care of it. Then, the grocery stores, Publix. They are prepared for these, and they have been very prepared for them since Hurricane Andrew. If you walk around any Publix, you're going to see a generator, and they're usually open the next day. And I know a lot of our friends on the left are going to start complaining about, they're making people come to work the day after a devastating hurricane. But what they don't maybe realize is most people can go to work the next day because their shelter is secure, they are secure, they're not injured, and yeah, they are actually in a position to go to work. And here's the secret. A lot of them might actually want to go to work because the store will have air conditioning. Yeah, it does really come down to that. So yeah, then the grocery stores are open. Then The real heroes, we're talking like 2 or 3 weeks later, at least for me, Miami-Dade County Solid Waste. They come through with a brutal efficiency. They have the trucks, the loaders lined up, and they scoop up everything that's in piles. So I remember whatever the last storm was, it wasn't Ivan, but there was like, it was like a canyon. You know, driving down the street, everybody had all their debris piled up on both sides. And yeah, you know, it was a sight to behold. But one day, here are the trucks. They come by and they scoop. And they are in and out. In not even a day, the neighborhood is clear. It's clear. The thing is, all of these things, you know, local, state law enforcement, the people that live in the neighborhoods, our landscaping crews, the grocery stores, the utility and the linemen, the garbage department. Yes, that's who does all of that work. Those are all either private companies or our local governments. Again, I don't know what FEMA does. I really don't. I've never seen them. I've never heard from them. So, yes, let's give credit where credit is due and maybe ask the question, you know, sometimes the question is, do we really need them? So that's my experience after some hurricanes here in South Florida. And yes, dang it, I'm already a minute over. I'll get better. I promise I'll get better. At least I didn't ask you to subscribe. I just did ask you to subscribe. Okay, well, since I already asked, you might as well do it. Please. Yeah, I guess you'll see me in the next one. Why do people say I'll see you? I'm not going to see you. You're going to see me. Maybe that's my thing.